Hey guys, XJ9 here, and today's gonna be a video about the Sanctum of Rebirth. This is a right-click examine, re-examine thread. So, yeah, I actually haven't read this yet, and I'm honestly really ready to get disappointed because they don't. I want to curse. They don't do any good balance changes. Like, bro, it's been like months since the combat beta. Everything's so broken. Like, and I expected that to happen. I also expected changes to happen. Like, it's honestly insane that we have at nerfs. We have players so strong that you can bot essentially with blood reavers. So let's just read what they said. Good afternoon, Scapers. It has been wonderful chatting with you and seeing discussions about the upcoming Sanctum of Rebirth. As we continue to work on and refine the right-click examine process, we want to update the community on the changes you've helped us finalize and unveil the upcoming set effects for the Tier 95 dual-wield magic weapons. We had asked you to discuss a few topics and hop into a limited run beta and get hands on the three potential concepts for the upcoming Tier 95 dual-wield magic drops in Sanctum Rebirth. Here's what we learned from your feedback. Corrupt Essence. The first thing we want to discuss in which of the potential set effects you'll get your hands on when the brand new Tier 95 magic dual-wield weapons arrive with the Sanctum Rebirth. Initial discussions lean towards the third effect, which benefit an alternative playstyle by increasing damage over time effects. This effect ramps up in power the more you attack a new debuff and adds features like refreshing cooldowns or making them hit instantly. Here's what it looked like in beta. Set 1. Damage over time abilities deal 30% more damage. Okay, they're just saying what the set effect is. If you don't know what it is, too bad, you can read that. But they're literally just saying what the set effect was. During the beta, the initial preference became a strong consensus, so we're going to lock in the Corrupt Essence set effect with some tweaks, swapping the first and second effect. So first and second effect, this. No, what's the first and second effect? This? So removing the charging mechanic. So there's no stacks, or what does that mean? I'm not sure if it's no stacks or if it means that you have to. Is it a charging mechanic you have to wear it for a while? Added a special attack which synergized with the set effect. Okay, a special attack was expected, by the way. Tweaking the balance. So swapping the first and second effects. So I'm guessing that one stack is to deal bonus damage. So you'll deal a bonus 100 damage instantly, and then you have a chance to empower. And maybe it's just because maybe they're doing that because then you'll have plus 100 damage on your bleeds. Maybe I kind of hope. Again, I'm really scared about like the staff of armor roll being an AOF like right now. Like really, like that would be really bad. I'm just saying. We'll give you a more complete look at the weapons closer to launch. We also want to note that we are aware of players' concerns about how dot effects currently function, and this is something we have on the radar and plan to address in a future update. I don't think there's any concern. I don't agree with this at all. If Because if let's just say magic is super strong, okay? Like bleed magic is super strong at this boss, and it's a group boss, but that group bosses ever happen, guys. Like strictly group bosses ever happen. And it's to say it's a 3-man boss. This prevents 3 users that all use, the same style. Although the thing is that I don't think you can override uh the bleed effect with this set effect because it's instant. I might be wrong because there is a little bit of a delay. So if someone were to use like combust and then someone combusted before the game tick, like I think maybe at the start of the game tick, maybe I think the damage wouldn't go through, maybe, but I think it would go through honestly because I would think the order of operations would the damage would go through, and then the as soon as it hits on the next game tick, the guy's other combusts would reapply and do damage next game tick. So I completely disagree with this. The whole reason that bleeds don't stack is to promote different combat styles. They haven't done a good job in promoting different combat styles. Everyone just uses the same style at every boss. And like, oh look, we're doing Warcath. Let's all use ranged. Oh, we're doing Zamorak. Let's all use ranged. Oh, we're doing Raksha. Let's all use ranged. Oh, we're doing Solak. Let's all use range. Like, That's the game right now. So I disagree with this completely. They shouldn't promote people to all use the same style, the same exact play style. That's kind of stupid. So with all that said, again, this is just the wrong direction. This is a big L. With all that said, there was a plenty of love for the other effects, both the excitement of the cooldown refresh and it was not exciting. It was boring as shit. And the more consistent cooldown reduction versions. While we won't be using them in this update, we do intend to keep them in mind for future reward spaces. It wouldn't surprise me if if a weaker version maybe comes out for like tier 95 Tectonic or tier 92 Tectonic or something like that, right? It'll probably be put onto a set effect for armor because the set effect was so underwhelming. Like it's so extra. I think it belongs like an armor set, honestly. Like even if they were to put the set effect on Tectonic, I'm pretty sure people would still use Sliske armor because of the crit chance stacking with biting, which is really bad. They really need to fix that. The Sliske armor honestly shouldn't even work with biting. Two hands or two hand. We encouraged some friction. We encountered some friction between how magic functions when using dual wield and two-handed weapons. The major two-handed weapon, the Fracture Staff of Armadil, has a natural affinity for critical strikes but didn't have access to concentrated blasts, which skewed the power balance between weapons. Since dual wield weapons have the stronger ability, and with a new powerful one on the way, we were concerned that this style would dominate. Therefore, we've been looking at ways to remove some of the friction without impeding the different weapon styles. Originally, we planned to swap around Sonic Wave. Oh no, this is so bad. We planned to swap Sonic Wave and Concentrated Blast. Players were initially concerned about this negatively impacting dual wield, so instead we unlocked the abilities to work with both styles. Ooh. This went down quite well during the beta. No, it didn't. So we'll be bringing this change to the live game alongside Sanctum Rebirth. Oh, and to make things interesting, we added Magma Tempest to both weapon styles as well, and it's spicy. Okay, now this is the worst thing they could have done. Fracture Staff Arm was bro. I can't fucking believe they're doing this. This is so fucking bad. I'm sorry. I don't care. I'm not monetizing this video. This video sucks ass. But like, it's like, bro. So all you're gonna have, bro. They love DPS. They love the top 1% of players. This game loves it. They love it. You're gonna literally have a Staff of Armor and like again, unless there's a change, a last minute change where you can't put the Staff of Armor in UF, but I doubt it. They're literally going to put a Staff of Armor in the UF. They swapped this effect so that you instantly benefit from 100 damage every hit because no one's going to be using bleeds while using this wand. They're just going to be doing the freaking DPS rotation. You know, I know they would do bleeds probably after, but you know what? No one would even do that. You know what they're going to do instead? They're going to just go, oh, swap the range. But we'll see. Maybe they'll make this again, tweaking the balance, aka making it mega busted, and the specialist probably gonna be busted. So, yep, everyone's just gonna camp this wand with a fractal half of armor, and like, I'm so disappointed by this. This is so bad. This was like the update to decide the direction of RuneScape and whether or not it's gonna fail or progress. This is a big fail. This is the biggest L in the entire world because now what happened to weapon diversity? Now you can just have a fracture staff armor in your UF and use Conch Blast with a wand. And you're just going to benefit from all this while being on the crit build, and you're using the bleed build after. And so you're just doing both. Like, I just cannot believe the amount of. They're instead of nerfing things, they're literally going the way of range. Range has access to big hits and rapid hits. Now it's Magic has access to big crits, and they also have access to a bleed after their crits run out. And it's just like, why couldn't we just make it a choice? I like this is so bad. No one cares. I know your primary player base does not care at all about any of this shit. This is so boring. Down but not out. With the Sanctum Rebirth, we want to try something a little new and explore an alternate death scenario in normal difficulty. Oh, yep. Hey guys, I hope you know that everyone's botting / alting Vorkath, Raziel, all these bosses because the Blood Reaver's broken, Hellhound's broken. Don't worry, you're gonna be able to die and just keep getting the boss. So you're gonna see like 10 alts at the Sanctum Rebirth, destroying the normal mode rewards. Initially, the design was to have the player not die and be sent to death's office, but instead be knocked down for several seconds and then get back up and continue the fight. Players were very interested in this alternative scenario as it would shake things up and help players approach. No, it actually wouldn't. when you bro, I'm sorry. When you put someone in the most advanced armor in the world that shoots laser beams and you're just an absolute unstoppable person, they aren't actually learning anything. This is why back in the day, Talos was seen as the hardest boss in the game because all people knew how to do was DPS. They didn't know how to tank. They didn't know how to use defensives. They didn't know how to time things. They didn't know how to phase things at a certain point. Like it just didn't exist. But there was a more concerns about brute forcing the situations. After further work on the system, we discovered that we could kill two birds with one stone, or rather, knock them out for a while. To enable this alternative death mechanic, we made some tweaks to the original idea. Now, when your life points hit 0 in normal mode, you'll resurrect and suffer from resurrection sickness, which will drastically reduce your outgoing damage for a period of time while giving you a brief damage immunity to help you get back on your feet. We'll discuss this mechanic in full closer to launch. So it's brief, so it's probably like a minute or less, and also you'll take less damage. Like this is that like if you even if you no one dies like 5 times in a fight. So you have sign, you have ring of death, and you have this. I also wonder how this works with ring of death. Like will your ring of death proc and then this will proc? You know, will you then resurrect? People are just gonna be like, oh, we can just barely AFK this because of ring of death, because of the resurrection mechanic. Like this is still gonna like, bro. I can't freaking believe these people, bro. I can't believe who they listen to. This game's so. I'm sorry, this game's fucking dead, bro. Bro. You think I'm just saying it? Look at the player count. Just keeps going down because this is boring. What happens next? The Sanctum Rebirth is nearly ready to devour your soul. We want to keep the launch information a little under wraps right this moment, but keep an eye on our social channels for more information coming true. I'm sorry, this is so boring. I'm not even excited for this. Who's excited for this? I'm not even excited for this. This is so boring. Like, oh man, I'm about to just go play Dragon Ball: The Breakers, bro, because this game is just so fucking dead. I can't believe what the fuck they decided. They did everything wrong. I wanted to hear, like, this was all fine. This was okay. But then I heard the, I actually, yeah, it's okay. But then when I hear what's we call it, oh, I don't like what else? There were some other things I would have wanted on this, but I doubt they're gonna do it because it's too much work. And then what else? Yeah, the fracture stuff for Armble thing was really bad. The fact that it's gonna be UF fodder is stupid. Like, I can't believe I have a third age Eldritch. I can't believe I have a third age Kopeshes. I can't believe I have third age Sapphire Armoral. I can't believe I have third age Sliske. Well, actually, Sliske I used for a while. But third age Blight Bounce, and it's just like there's no reason to use them. Like this game is so bad, and they're worried about like we have to make Drygors viable. Like, bro, what about Blight Bounce? Like, yeah, well, guys, you know what they say, dead game.